Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I made a video about making goals in your mental health care and some important factors I think we all need to think about. First of all, a mental health diagnosis should come ideally with a condition guide and a medical treatments and medications manual, as well as a support team. A support team, you might say? What is that? Well, a support team is just you, your GP, your friend, your peer support person, your specialist, psychiatrist or psychologist, your family member, and your online group. It's any grouping of people and things that you access to provide you with support in your mental health and your mental health management plan. Who are your support team members and how does your support team work? Very important factors to think about. What is the hierarchy and decision-making protocols in your support team? Keep your support team up to date on your goals and plans and situation if you possibly can. Make some general agreements about how you'll manage your own health care. For example, I agree not to hang around with those nasty people that make me upset. I agree to not smoke pot. I agree to always talk to my support team members. Reward yourself and your team members when you achieve your goals and stick to your agreements. Agreements might just be personal that you keep to yourself, but you might want to share them with your support team so they know what you're working on. For example, in general, get well and stay well and keep on learning as a goal. You can increase your knowledge base and understanding and skills in managing mental health. Your mental health condition diagnosis is not necessarily lifelong. Haha, you won't always be nuts. The idea of this is that some conditions become stabilized and you may only have one episode of mental illness for your whole life. So don't feel it's doom and gloom if you're issued with a diagnosis. You can recover or improve over time. You can have remission, which is an absence of symptoms of your condition. Good management of your mental health condition usually equals agreements, plans, and goals. Plans will have short and long-term goals within them. Goals are a list of tasks to complete in a time frame. For example, my mental illness to mental wellness goals. My mental health wellness plan. For example, 1. Medications I need on hand. 2. Activities I must do. Drink water each day, keep up my daily routine, sleep enough each day. 3. Talk with my team. 4. Stick to my agreements. 5. Work towards my goals. Here's an important warning about medication. Please, please, please review it regularly. There are some medications we can become addicted to unwillingly, knowing that something's wrong and not picking it up because we didn't bother to check on our symptoms. Oh my gosh, if possible, can we please review medications every 3 to 6 months and pick up on any bad side effects and times when we may not need medication any longer and our symptoms have completely remissioned. Mental health conditions do change over time, and if we improve our skills and knowledge and awareness, insight and understanding, wow, how great would that be? You may not always need antidepressants or mood stabilizers forever. Antidepressants are drugs which I believe should only be taken for a short, long-term time, for example 1 or 2 years, to help transform your thought processes. And mood stabilizers may not necessarily be needed lifelong. Think about what is your break glass turnkey emergency plan in your mental health condition. For example, 1. Take the insomnia antidote medication until my sleep pattern is restored. 2. Contact my support team. 3. Go to see my GP and discuss my plan to return to wellness. 4. Review this in 2 weeks. Very important, the review part of any plan. Another example, my too late, it's an emergency plan already. 1. Go straight to my GP with my support team member. 2. Decide if I'm going to need a home or hospital care. 3. Take antidote medication and review this every 2 days with my support team member. 4. Review this in 2 weeks. There's one thing, importantly about this one, is that if you're in a psychosis or you become into a psychosis, psychoses can be treated very quickly, and it may only take 1 to 2 weeks to relieve the symptoms and return your state of mental illness to state of mental wellness. So be aware of that. You may not always need to go to hospital if you become mentally ill. And you have to think about what is your idea of 100% recovery for you. So complete a personal self-assessment of your stress and all your coping skills. Looking at all the stress coming at you from your employment, your housing, your social relationships, family and parenting relationships, and your personal medical health and medical conditions apart from mental health, and your intimate relationship stress, your sleeping patterns, diet patterns, your level of contentment, any conflicts and arguments you might be having, what your current workload is, how is your exercise routine and patterns, is everything healthy? Give yourself a score out of 1 to 10, where 10 is you think you've got that area totally sorted, 5 is you're managing so-so, and 1 is when you're not managing at all. And you can sort of work out some goals for each area. Obviously, higher stress in each area will have a greater risk for contributing to mental illness or causing you mental illness. Think about what are your current skills for managing your mental health and your stress. How can you improve? But what have you got already? Do you know counseling skills? Do you journal to work through your problems? What do you do daily? Do you do meditation? Do you know breathing, calm down skills? And do you know yoga? Do you know how to self-hypnotize? What problem-solving methods do you use? Have you got a list of personal resources, websites, services, phone numbers, and have you got your support team details available online and on your phone? Set yourself some goals for improvement in each area as needed with the time frame for review. Don't forget the time frame. In our knowledge base of mental health conditions and mental illness, we need to have a certain level of knowledge on our medications, on symptoms, on our coping skills that we can have, on our communication skills that are required, and what knowledge we have of our own triggers which can contribute to causing us mental illness. Then look at our personal factors in our mental health condition and how are we traveling there? Do we have good acceptance of our condition? What's our disclosure and openness about our condition like? Have we got an idea of what the positives are about having a mental health condition? I believe mental health care starts and ends with you, and you need to know what to do, and you need to know how to manage it and manage your support team. Hope this is helpful to people out there. Cheerio!